Hello and welcome to the DPS stream. I'm Hirix. I'm joined today by Hiba from Drenched in Baby Oil, the team that just won the first Bloody Tech Fight Night. Later on, we've got Chubbsz from Apex Prime. Let's start off with Hiba, though. First of all, congrats on winning Bloody Tech Fight Night.
Thank you, sir.
Good stuff for sure. You guys definitely surprised us. The biggest reason I think why everybody was pretty surprised by the victory was that you guys kind of just threw the team together last minute. Why don't you go ahead and talk about why that was necessary for you guys to do, what kind of happened, and then also what you were looking for when you were trying to pick up some substitutes there, kind of last minute.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say one thing first. We kind of surprised ourselves too Friday on that show match. Like, we didn't expect to destroy them that hard, to be completely honest. But
Yeah.
what happened is that two members of my teams, they couldn't make it because, like, there's some things that happened with Kate and Gamescom. So we didn't have any fixed composition in mind to go against them. Just a strategy, pretty much.
Mhm.
And I kind of just got players last minute. I didn't think even K-Put and Zeus wanted to play, but they decided they want to play anyway. And then I just asked Nos and Wakey, asked SubQT too, but he couldn't make it. Yeah, it's pretty
So
much
you guys just kind of
how we threw our
picked
team
up,
together
picked
last
up
minute.
people you guys knew. That's interesting. That's interesting. You guys didn't manage to just win, and you talked about how you surprised yourself too, but you guys actually beat Apex, the team that actually won the first TOL outright 3-0. You said afterwards that you know, or that you've known how to beat them for quite a while. How did you actually manage to do that?
Yeah, I've known for a while how to beat them because I'm an ex-Apex member myself. I know how they work and everything. Basically, the strategy was just to have favorable matchups as much as possible. Play 3 points, and something that we had to do for sure was disengage from losing fights whenever we felt like it was gonna go bad. Like, against Apex, it's really hard to just, like, sometimes you can feel like you're gonna win the fight, but then they get a +1 and then it just turns the whole fight around because they can all support each other. So, like, what we wanted to do was just disengage from fights like that as soon as we saw them coming, and then break off to other points.
Right. We definitely did see a lot of that with Zeus and Noskok for sure, kind of pulling away, and they actually just kind of managed to slip out and go completely untouched off point,
Yeah.
and then come back with the range DPS again.
Right. And something that's easy to do against them, and that's really really good to do, is just disengage from those fights. They can't really chase you. They don't have that much mobility. It's kind of easy to out-rotate that comp, actually.
Just a
If
lack
you
of
play it
mobility
right.
on their part and stuff.
Yeah.
All right. In terms of you talk about creating favorable matchups. What kind of things were you looking to do off of the split to kind of create those favorable matchups?
With what we had, we knew it was better for Zeus and Wakey, for example, to be together. We knew it was the best for Kipud to 1v1 Tarsus wherever he goes. And it was better for me and Nos to be together because I can support Nos. They're going to focus him a lot and everything. So that's pretty much how we were doing our matchups. We
So off
wanted to
the
have
split, you
Kipud
were
by
just
himself as much as possible.
right. So off the split, you were just trying to kind of match the 2-2-1 split that Apex is sort of
Yep.
famous for. All right. As far as compositions go, I mean, you guys brought something new to the table that not a lot of people have been seeing as of late, especially coming with the Ellie and the Necro, two classes people don't really think of as viable, let alone strong. What do you think in the current meta is just kind of like really strong that people don't necessarily know about?
Actually, don't think that people think that Ellie is not viable. Just Scepter Focus Burst Ellie, that's something that's very unusual. And some people don't think it's viable, but Zeus makes it work. He's really good at it. Like DD Celestial Ellie is amazing. Cleric Staff Ellie is amazing. Even Celestial Staff Ellie is pretty damn amazing.
Right.
Necro, I don't feel like that many people out there can actually play it in top tier, other than Nos and Zombify. I actually think Nos is the best at it, though. To be completely honest, as much as I like Zombie, I think Nos is just crazy on that Necro with that Flesh Worm and that Spectral Walk.
Right.
As much as people think that Necro is face row and easy, that guy is just insane at it.
So, for a team that's just looking to start up, or for a team that's coming into TOL and maybe the next couple of qualifiers that's still looking to kind of round out their composition, what kind of things would you suggest to those players to run for their composition? What kind of things should they be looking to kind of have in terms of roles or classes or anything like that?
Don't run anything too crazy like we did, because you're probably going to have a bad time. It takes a lot of experience and skill to make it work, to coordinate what we had. I would probably suggest running like Apex Comp. It's probably the easiest thing to play actually as a team. Double Warrior, Staff Ellie, things like that. What else? What else is really good for new people? I wouldn't recommend
anything like Turret NG or something like that, or
Turret NG. It's annoying, but it's not actually really good, I think.
Right. So you would say like probably have, you know, make sure that you have some good cleave, make sure you have some down control, make sure you can get some good support to your teammates, that kind of thing, and then just really kind of.
The most important things is like CC support,
right,
and try to coordinate some damage together.
Right. Well, on top of everything, I mean, you actually were the one that won Man of the Match for the match. How do you feel about that?
I actually thought that everyone would vote for Zeus or Nos because they were the ones doing the most work, like DPS wise.
Right.
But I feel pretty happy about it.
Well, congratulations on that for sure. You actually won the Bloody Tech mouse, so. Congrats on that. You're actually a nominated All-Star for the upcoming All-Star tournament brought about by ANET themselves. Why do you feel that you should go above any other player on that list?
Because I've been playing this game's PvP since like betas. I've been playing since launch, and I've always like played at top tier. I've always played in those tournaments. I have a lot of experience. I think I'm a very skilled player. I'm a team player.
Right.
So I have a lot of knowledge about the game, and yeah, that's pretty much why I think I was chosen.
Right. We definitely saw that kind of stuff on the Friday match for sure. Definitely know how to support your teammates. You know what you're doing. You know what you're talking about. Kind of putting together a team last minute and defeating arguably one of the top teams. If not the top team at that point in a scrim like that. That's quite a big deal. So congratulations on that again. What's next on the table for you? What's next on the table for you? What are you looking forward to in the future? What's the next goal?
I don't know. Like right now, I just need to find a new team to roll with because my team just disbanded like this week.
Right. And
this is why we had issues Friday night. On getting the team together. That's why we got a last-minute group together.
Right.
I have no idea what's going to happen. I mean, I'm sure there's some option that's going to pop up for me at some point.
So you guys are just officially out of the TOL then?
Not officially. We still have the okay from ANET and Blue to change up to 3 people on our roster. But right now, we don't really have any plans.
Right. So if you can find people in the meantime, then you'll be going for it. When is your guys' date to play in the qualifier?
July 27th.
Okay, so you guys would have to get someone fairly soon then.
Yep. Right now we don't have any plans to, so probably not going to play in it so far, which sucks. I want to play, but my team doesn't want to.
Yeah. Well, we hope that you do find people because, as we saw on Friday, you guys put on a good show for sure. So that's definitely one team we're gonna miss if you guys can't make it.
Yeah, I think it would be really unfortunate if we don't play at all.
Yeah. Where can we watch you play? Where can we get more information about you on Twitch, Twitter, that kind of thing?
You can watch me. I've been streaming for like the past month or so every day on twitch.tv/Hiba the Shupa.
Yep. And do you have a Twitter that you use or anything like that we can?
Yeah, I do
to?
have a Twitter. It's the same as my Twitch.
Yep, and
All right.
both of those are found under Hiba's picture on the stream also.
All right.
And,
All right.
yeah,
Any-
you can catch me in game at Hibify, Hibify, if you have any questions or anything.
Guess, do you mind if we ask the stream if they have any questions for you real quick, Hiba? Or?
Yeah, sure.
All
You
right.
can answer some Twitch chat.
All right. If you guys have any questions, just go ahead and put them in the stream. Kind of last minute stream, so I don't know if we'll actually get anything. But just in case anybody's watching and they want to ask Hiba something regarding himself or his team or anything about Friday, go ahead and ask away. And in the meantime, I guess we can kind of talk about what happened in the match on Friday. First of all, I want to thank you for making me look like an idiot when I said when I was talking about I doubt you guys would actually get the Lord, and you guys actually went right for it.
Whoop.
So thanks for that.
Yeah.
For sure.
I don't know why you thought that at all, because like from the start, like as soon as we knew it was so far, we were like, "Yo, we're probably gonna go for Lord."
Well, the thing is that like going into it, the way that I saw it, I mean, as you said before, Apex is a very strong. Like their composition is very strong on Faux Fire. It's something that they practice a lot, and it's something
Right.
that the composition just shines in. I mean, Staff Ellie for sure is just the node control on mid is just unreal. So when they actually win that point, it's hard to contest it,
I think
even with Zeus and Noskok.
I think what makes Full Fire their best map is that they're all so beefy. They can buy so much time holding
Yep.
a point one by one, or it doesn't matter how they do it, just by supporting
Especially
each
when the
other
node
and
is
stuff.
large.
You can't triple cap Apex. It's not really good to like push really hard for a 3 cap. It's good to go for 3 cap against Apex right off the start to keep things even.
Right.
But you need to transition into a 2 cap game at some point, I think.
Alright,
All
so
right.
here's a
Because-
question from Twitch also. Is what's the strongest team people should be worried about this upcoming Tournament of Legends?
I think the team that everyone should look for right now is probably Outplayed by Children, if my team is not playing.
Right. Why would you say that?
They have a really mean 5 DPS comp. People are not used to play against that. And they have pretty skilled players. They're pretty
Yeah.
much going to do what we were doing Friday.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the
I mean, for sure. Which
That's pretty much what they've been doing.
other than Outplayed by Children, I mean, we know the teams that are kind of in the top. What kind of what kind of teams do you expect to maybe upset some of the other teams? Maybe that they haven't gotten as much. They maybe not, get that 1, 2, 3 seed or something like that. But you know a couple of the members, and you think they might kind of come up and surprise people, if anyone.
There was one team I could say that they could upset people because they did the last COL, but I don't think they're playing anymore, is Angelic Synergy. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
right,
they aren't
yeah.
a team anymore.
That's unfortunate. That was a really fun team to watch for sure.
Yeah. Those guys came
And-
from World vs. World and pretty much never PvP'd before, and they took
Yeah.
down Marvin's team.
And do you know what qualifier Outplayed will be in?
I think it's in August.
Yeah, I know Apex is the first one in August, and I think Outplayed
August
might be the
3rd.
second one.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
the second one.
August 10th, which is actually when
Yeah.
DPS's qualifier is. So we'll see how that goes.
There's not really other teams out there that have been impressing me lately.
Right. It seems like a lot of teams have kind of stagnated, that they've kind of stayed the same for quite a while, and there's only a couple of teams that are kind of progressing, like we saw your team and Outplayed do really recently.
Yeah.
That's all the
Yeah.
questions I have for you. So once again, congratulations on winning. You guys really put on a show, and congratulations again on winning Man of the Match. You really deserved it.
Thanks again.
Hopefully you enjoy all of your winnings from that.
Alright, and I'll go and post a link in chat right now about where you can go to vote for the All-Stars if you have not already done so.
I want to tell you guys did a really great job organizing and preparing for the show match. Everything was pretty awesome. It was amazing, actually, if we ignored the technical issues you guys had.
Oh,
yeah. But hey, that's where it's a string test.
Yeah, the computer that was running the stream
in the future
crashed about a minute or about an hour before the show started, so that caused a few issues.
The power supply just completely crapped out, and we had to move a whole bunch of things around last minute, but wound up working out. And yes, in the future we'll be looking to make sure that kind of thing doesn't happen, and hopefully it doesn't. So,
Awesome.
All right, next step.
Well,
I think
I really appreciate what you guys do, and I hope
thank
see
you.
more of you in the future.
Of course. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enjoy,
Likewise,
Hiba.
for sure.
All right, thank you for being on.
Cheers.
Peace.
All right.
Next up, I think we got Chubbs. I can go ahead and add him right now if you want.
All right. I'll need to change the label up also.
Actually. So just hold on 1 second, guys, while we get him. You'll have to call him, I think.
I don't know.
Hello.
Hey, man, what's up?
Hey, Chubbs.
Hey, what's up?
Do you want a camera? No, it's up to you.
Nah.
Alright.
Alright.
Do you have a Twitter or anything, Chubbs, I can put under your name? Or
Nah, I don't use anything. You can use my Twitch if you want.
Alright, what's your Twitch? Twitch.tv/
Chubbsz, CHUBBSZ.
Alright. Alright, there we are. Alright, whenever you're ready, Christian.
Alright. Welcome back, everybody. Let's kind of just start this off. First of all, my new guest is Chubbz from Apex Prime. Let's just kind of get right into it. Starting with TOL, what do you think that teams, now that you guys have been scrimming and stuff recently, seeing a lot of the teams and what they're doing, what do you think teams should be looking at in terms of what their composition is, what kind of rotations they should be doing, anything that they should be practicing going into TOL so that they can prepare themselves?
I think when it comes to team comp, you want to try and get a well-balanced team comp, not just not 5 Guardians. So with people when they're trying to, I guess, form a team comp, I think the best thing to do is look at your guys' weaknesses and then look at your guys' strengths. For example, some player could be very well on a thief and not so well on a mesmer. You don't want to send them on a mesmer just because you want a more well-balanced comp. You want to try and have them play something they're more comfortable with. So I guess when you're saying what should they do to get ready for TOL2, correct?
Yep.
In my opinion, I think what they should do to get ready for TOL2 is to practice more as a team, and to practice more as a team. A lot of the NA teams, they're often considered a super pug, no matter what team it's put together. Some teams, like a lot of players in NA, after losing a couple of games, or if they face a team that is constantly beating them, they often lose morale and then they give up, or they're just like, one player is like, oh, I'm not going to play anymore, and then sometimes they fight amongst each other instead of sitting down and working like, trying to figure, like, okay, so this is what we have to do wrong, this is what we need to do, this is what we're doing right. And instead of like worrying too much about the wrongs, and then you might overwhelm yourself with the wrongs, you just often should, like, look at the good stuff too. Like, all right, well, we beat this, we beat our 1v1s against this person, or we didn't win our 1v1s against this, so let's switch your character up, or let's help you practice against a class, instead of giving up on each other. So I
Right.
think just more practice.
For sure. And I know you guys do a lot of 1v1s, 2v2s, even like 1v2s and stuff like that. So is that something that you would suggest people to kind of practice in the meantime as well?
Yeah, to practice that if they're not doing so well against it.
Right. So the fight night on Friday, was that a wake up call for you guys? Is that something that you guys are going to look at and kind of maybe make some changes and adjustments?
Yeah, I think that was a good. It was a good experience for us. We had to look at some of the things that we changed, like some of the things that we changed on our comp, and realize that even though we're the winners of 2OL2, we can't just sit around and think that everything's just going to be handed to us now. We have to, we have to adapt, and we just have to get better as a team, and just worry about the things that we're not doing so well on, and practice that.
What kind of things you say do practice the things that you don't think you guys are doing so well on? I mean, you guys unfortunately lost 3-0. How did that happen? What kind of things are you looking to practice on in order to make sure that this kind of thing doesn't happen again?
We were running a very, very, I wouldn't say very, very, but we were running quite a different team comp. Like, even though it was the same classes, everybody was running just about something different, and in total that kind of created a whole different team comp, even though every class is the same.
Right.
I switched my amulet, I switched my ruins, that was pretty much it, and that pretty much makes a character,
Right.
There's not much to work with in PvP, and with us switching all of that, like, our rotations were completely off, because even though I was squishier, I would be dying to someone 1v1, or I'd be getting blown up faster than normal. Even with the vitality, the healing still makes a difference.
Right.
Along with Knight, he was running something different. So was H-Man, and so was Morpheus. We lost a lot of our, like, what made our team comp so well was the fact that we all built upon each other, and we provided support for each other, which let us survive longer.
Right. So, what kind of changes? I don't want. If you guys don't want to give anything away, then you can just go ahead and bow out of this question. But what kind of changes are you guys looking at making for the future, possibly for TOL or beyond?
We're looking more towards more practice in
Right.
our 1v1s and our 2v2s. We're looking to just do our rotations better, to try and keep our comms more clear. There was a lot of someone during the fight night, it was like, oh, Chubbsz, go mid. I was like, all right, I'll go mid, and then someone was like, no, Chubbsz, go mine, and I was kind of stuck between both
So
places.
just kind of miscommunication on the calls.
Yeah, there wasn't
Right.
there wasn't that voice that would talk over everybody and be
Right.
like the voice of reasoning.
Who typically is that person for you guys? We know that Hiba makes the calls for the most part for their team, but who is the team captain for Apex Prime? Who
I would
makes
say
those
it was
judgment calls?
between it. Mostly Knight. Knight is our rotator, and
Right.
and Morph often makes the calls too.
Right.
So I would over everybody. I would say Knight. Knight is the one
Okay.
that makes the calls.
All right. Well, that sounds good. In terms of comps and builds, you guys talked about it a little, or we kind of talked about it with Hiba, and we talked about it with you for a second as well. Where do you see the comps and the builds progressing from here? Where do you think the meta is headed? I mean, after TOL, it was very support oriented. A lot of people saw what Apex was doing, and they liked what they saw. And they thought that maybe they could kind of do similar things. But now, with a lot of these teams kind of countering it with DPS compositions, where do you see this going from here?
I expect to see a lot more necros.
Right.
And engineers. Engineers are by far one of the strongest classes at the moment. They provide, honestly, I would say they provide just as much support as my staff elite. And they do massive amounts of damage, and their utilities are just, I would say, to the point where it might need a little bit of balance or a little bit of change, but all in all, I think there might be going for a bit more condies, since it seems like, I believe they might be going for like probably a full 5 DPS with the condies and the power builds coming out. A lot of people are playing Scepter Focus now, which is pretty interesting to see. But in my opinion, I think the meta might be changing more towards a 5 DPS.
Right. And how are you guys going to kind of deal with that? We saw that the 5 DPS was causing a little bit of hiccups with the way that you guys play. Are you guys looking to kind of compete with that, or kind of adopt some more DPS to kind of combat that?
In my opinion, a team isn't, a team should be good no matter what. As long as it's a well-balanced composition, as long as the team rotates well, then you'll play well. If,
Right.
in my opinion, Apex is not going to change the classes that we run and such. We're just going to continue to focus on what we did wrong and how to get better from there, instead of, oh, we lost to 5 DPS, so let's run more tanky, let's run more DPS. We might change a few classes, or 1 or 2. How many I don't know, but we're probably going to change, or have Knight, our multi-classer, switch from a certain class to to another, whichever would be more what's the word, more beneficial at the time.
Right.
So
Definitely looking forward to what you guys are going to do to kind of answer what we saw on Friday. So beyond that, you're actually a nominated All-Star for ANET. And again, if you guys weren't here when we were talking about it before, the All-Star, again, is just something that ANET's doing to kind of get 5 of the top players from each region to go, and they're going to be going up to Germany to compete with one another. So why should you be selected above maybe anybody else on the NA roster?
I think I would provide a well balanced view over things. Most people are like, oh, invite me, I'm the best. Often people their minds are too clouded